Hi YouTube, welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. I would like to first start off with Happy New Year 2023, and I'm wishing peace, love, and blessings for everyone for this coming year. I know for me personally, it'll be 4 years sometime later in this year that has been horrible. 2019, I lost my baby. 2020, there was the pandemic. So I'm hoping that this year will be the recovery year, as you know, people say. So today's topic, I am a dollar day late and a dollar short, is the whole Derrick Jaxn fiasco mess, hotmess.org. Now, I must say I don't follow him. I only know of him through the scandal of him cheating on his wife. The first time around, she forgave him. And recently, as we all know, it's happened again. I guess it was with an Instagram model. So just to see what this man was all about, I said, let me check out some of his videos. And as I suspected, I'm not part of his tribe, obviously. But as I was listening to him, what I discovered was he was very seriously pandering to women's emotions, their sensitivities, and stuff like that. So I was trying to figure out, why are these women so enamored by him? Why are they flocking to him? But they had an issue with Kevin Samuels, and I'm going to bring all of that up later. So I'm looking at this man. Okay, he's tall, dark, handsome, muscles for days, and he's feeding women fantasy and dreams, non-accountability fantasy and dreams. So as I'm researching a little bit more into him, I came across, I don't know if it was a book or just a saying that he said. And he said, single mothers are for grown men. And that's when the light bulb went off. I said, oh, okay. So that's why they like him. So they get to have no accountability and still have a high value, six-figure, 6'2" man that's going to just swoop out of nowhere and sweep them off their feet. This is something that a lot of single women feed to each other, and it's like a repeat cycle of keeping each other single. So now you have this handsome man, Derrick Jaxn, regurgitating the same old thing to these same women, and they're just eating it up like it's candy. So let's go over to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was more about, and may he rest in peace, it was more about personal accountability and being realistic. And women literally, absolutely hated him for that. And I went back and forth with this young lady, and I'm going to bring up, it was a Facebook discussion. I was going back and forth with this one young lady. And so many of these women say, I did listen to Kevin Samuels. He wasn't giving any valuable information and this, that, and the other. And my thing is, then obviously you weren't really listening to him, because what they would do, what this particular woman would do was she would just keep repeating something that she highly disagreed with Kevin on. And it was nothing that serious. So instead of these women coming forth and saying, you know what, I didn't like the fact that he was talking about a woman's weight. I don't like the fact that he was telling women that you're going to die alone. Just buy a dog. And these women are still kikiing and snickering over the fact that he, passed away. And I'm like, that should tell you right there that you're broken and you're unhealed. Because if you could truly listen to this man, he was trying to put together couples, the nuclear family. What exactly is wrong with that? And so when you go back to Derrick Jaxn, he was pandering to the highest, basically, telling women that they didn't have to be accountable for anything from what I saw. You could have 3 kids by 3 different men, and it's a grown man that's going to come and swoop in and, and save you from your decisions. That's not practical. It's not realistic. As a lot of women are seeing now that men are no longer wanting to step up and be a stepdad. Now, back in the day, being a stepdad, I guess, was kind of a loftier situation to be in. I had a stepdad. My mother had me out of wedlock, and about a year later, she met my stepfather and she married him. I used to work with a lady. This seems to be it seemed to be very prevalent back in the day as it is now, but it's a different day now, where you had women who had a baby with one guy and then went on to marry another man, and then that man, raised you as his very own. That doesn't happen all the time, but, men, you're looking at 50 plus years ago, they knew they had to provide, protect, and all of that stuff. Women today are fighting against it, and then they're wondering why they're not getting the results of our mothers, our grandmothers, and stuff like that, or women of other races. So there's a Facebook forum called Mature Conversations About Relationships, and I plan to share the link that I'm talking about. The question was, and it's not the full question, ladies, next time you ask why guys lie to you, look at Kevin Samuels and Derrick Jaxn. So I want to know, what exactly was Kevin Samuels lying about? Derrick Jaxn, he was lying, and he was also pandering. And I don't know, I had a feeling he's going to regret what he did to his wife one day, his wife and children, because they are the bigger picture here. Excuse me. I'm looking at other people's conversations about Derrick Jaxn, and what some people are saying is he used to be overweight. He lost all of that weight. He got into the gym. Now he's rich because he pandered to women, and he's making X amount of dollars off of Facebook and other forums and stuff like that. And so now women are throwing themselves at him, and he doesn't know how to take it. And he's throwing his, and the thing, I feel bad for the wife. I don't know anything about her or him because I don't follow her either. But another reason why I wanted to kind of bring this up is I know that so many young women in particular, they look at these marriages that are falling apart, and then they say things like, see, that's why I don't want to get married, because this, that, and the other. And that is a cop out. That is a very poor excuse, because if you're going to use that type of logic, then my thing is, then you don't work either, because people get fired every day. So you see how ridiculous that sounds? So somebody else's marriage falling apart, crumbling, or whatever, it has no bearing on you. They are separate from you and the man that you eventually marry, or if you're a man, the woman that you eventually marry. I can't stand here the cop out of, see, that's why I'm not going to get married, because that couple over there. What does that couple have to do with you? Nothing. And something else that I would like to bring up about, and I've seen it so many times online from Black women, when a woman gets married, particularly if she gets married, then she has her children, and then her marriage crumbles, the husband cheats or whatever. I noticed that a lot of Black women, they like to kiki about that. See, she thought she was something because she had a husband. That's how they say it, a husband. And look at how he did her. She ain't no better than us. She ain't special. Oh yeah, if y'all don't believe me, look at Black forums geared towards Black women, and bring up marriage and stuff like that. But I've noticed, if it is a baby mama, single mother who got cheated on, he didn't have to do her like that. She deserves so much better than that. Really? That's just a thought that I wanted to put out there. So back to this Derrick Jaxn. So this is what this particular message is about today is Derrick Jaxn. I guess men were calling it some time ago because men know other men. They were saying he is a fraud, and he proved them right. So, but my understanding is Jaxn is still going to pull large amounts of women to his seminars and stuff like that. And I also compared Derrick Jaxn to Steve Harvey in that both of these are men who really don't give information of substance, of real substance to women who actually want a husband. And here's a real quick thing that I want to say, and then I'm going to close this out. I was looking at some pictures of some of Derrick Jaxn's seminars, packed to the gills with women. I didn't see any men in the audience. And so I was thinking about that, and I was like, now, I think if Kevin Samuels had done the seminars, which we don't know where his life would have led had he lived, I think you would have probably found some men sitting up in there. Because whether you liked Kevin Samuels or not, he was saying some very valid things. You didn't have to agree 100% with him, but it still does not negate that he was saying some pretty he was saying some things that were informational. I can't think of the words that I want to say, for women who want marriage. And to want marriage, you have to be accountable for some things. And I think that a lot of women think that they are viable for marriage simply because, well, I'm a woman and a woman is a wife. No, it takes more than that. This is why the passport bros exist, because they're finding that they're going up against brick walls with women in this country, because the women in this country, they don't want to be accountable for anything. Tell me I'm lying. They don't want to be accountable for anything. They want me, 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 me. What are you going to give me, 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 me? What are you going to do for me, 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 me? But I don't have to do anything for you. And a lot of women here are not wife material. This is not to be an insult, but it's the truth. And I was blessed. I don't want to say that I was blessed to be married later in life, because I recommend being married younger, particularly for children and all. But I learned how to be a wife through watching women in marriages, healthy, happy marriages. And a lot of young women are simply not getting that. So many of you young ladies, you're listening to women who have no clue of what it means to be a wife. So many of them are saying that they don't want to be a wife. Being a wife is not a goal, and all of that stuff. Those aren't the women that you should be listening to if you want to be a wife. But that was my topic for today. I hope that I got everything out. If you made it this far, please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please share, like, and I will talk to you later. Bye.